Afternoon, dear my students. Welcome to your physics analog class. Now we are going to starting biasing of transistor. In previous class, we also discussed the transistor characteristics and transistor configuration and relation between the alpha, beta, gamma. But now we going to discuss how transistor connected or how it works. The transistor will be worked by we getting the transistor biasing. Biasing is nothing when we added the extra source, voltage source to the transistor. So transistor have two junctions. Now we applied the voltage to the transistor. How to connect it or how to biasing in two junctions will be discussed now. So previous class we discussed the symbol of transistor, that is a symbol of transistor. This is the symbol of transistor. So it is a NPN transistor. This is the base terminal, collector terminal and emitter terminal. So in this transistor, the physical construction of that transistor, this is the physical construction. Now N, P, N. Now this region is the all are electrons, negative charge particles, and this is also holes. This is the p-type material, and another thing, that is the n-type material, that is the all are electrons. So these three terminals, that is the emitter, this is the base, and this is the collector. How to connect to this junction? Then the transistor will be properly worked. So this junction and another junction is PN. So this junction is known as emitter because of this side is heavy doping. So when we connected a extra source, now in this junction we applied the voltage in a forward case, that is the negative. The N material is connected to negative of battery. This is the forward biased, and next junction is the reverse biased. The negative is connected to positive of battery terminal. This is the reverse biased. So this is the collector base junction, this is the emitter base junction. In this connection is known as biasing. So the basic purpose for biasing is that the base emitter junction is properly forward biased, and the base collector junction is properly reverse biased. When we apply this voltage in forward connection, the negative terminal of a battery is connected to n-type material. Now this electrons or negative materials are repelled by the negative charge of a battery, then it will be forced impact on this junction. So in this region, that is the negative, that is the positive charge of battery. This positive connected to p-type material or holes. So now positive is connect to positive and negative is connect to negative. Then negative repel by getting this negative charge of a battery, and positive or p material of a transistor getting the positive charge of a battery, then it will be repel. Now this junction will be disappear to all electrons are getting or reached at a p region. Now this electrons is a certain amount of doping. This electrons and holes are combined together, then there will be neutralized all charges, then excess electron are deposited in this region, that is the collect in this region. Now it is known as collector. So the meaning of a transistor biasing is that the collector current flow, now this collector current flow, that is the IC, without applying any signal or without applying any AC source or a signal, this collector current flowing without signal or a zero signal collector current is known as biasing. Now we can write in the what is a biasing. So we know that the proper flow of zero signal collector current and maintain the proper VB, VCE and VBE. So the proper maintain of VC and VBE means base emitter junction are properly maintained, VB and VCE or VC and VB in forward biased. So the purpose of biasing of transistor is that to keep the base emitter junction properly forward biased and a base collector junction is properly reversed biased. Now this meaning is that when a transistor we connect or biasing means the extra voltage or extra source connected to this junction. Now a transistor having two junctions, base emitter junction and base collector junction. So in base emitter junction is properly forward biased and the base collector junction is properly reverse biased. For that, when base emitter junction forward biased, then the collector current is flow through the collector circuit without applying any signal. So the definition is that the proper flow of zero signal collector current to maintain collector base junction forward biased and a collector base junction properly reverse biased. The basic purpose is that how or what the two junction are biasing or biased or added to extra voltage source. The basic purpose is that the base emitter junction to keep always at forward biased, to maintain always forward biased, and a base collector maintain always reverse biased. In any transistor, when we applying a transistor in a active region, then base emitter junction forward biased and base collector junction reverse biased. Now the transistor is properly forward biased or reverse biased maintained at a junction is known as biasing. So this definition we write down the definition: the proper flow of zero signal collector current and maintain the proper Vc and Vb in forward biased of base emitter junction and reverse biased base collector junction without applying any signal. This transistor biasing circuit gives good stabilization. So in this biasing provided, what is the providing of a transistor biasing circuit? Now we say that the transistor biasing circuit provide good stabilization. Transistor biasing circuit provide good stabilization. So this circuit provided a good stabilization. Stabilization means the process of making operating points. Operating points means the process of making operating points operating points, that is the Q, that is IC VCE. This is the collector current and collector emitter voltage. This is the process of making operating points, that is IC and VCE without change in temperature and different parameters of a transistor, that is alpha, beta and gamma. So alpha, beta, gamma is the transistor parameters. So the process of making operating points, that is the Q point, say, that is the making of that point, that is the IC and VC point, without change any temperature. Means when temperature changed, the stabilization is making the Q point or operating point by without change in temperature and the properly working or without variation of transistor parameters, that is alpha, beta, gamma. Now then we go to discuss the transistor biasing circuit. Now we are going to transistor biasing circuit. So again we review this point. The transistor biasing means the proper flow of zero signal collector current and maintain proper VB and VC. So this is known as a transistor biasing. The basic purpose for biasing is that to keep the junction, the base emitter junction is properly forward biased and the base collector junction maintain the properly reverse biased. In any transistor we can applying or we can use to as a active region. Any transistor, the base emitter junction as a properly forward bias and a base collector junction is properly reverse biased, then the transistor is acting on active region. So this transistor biasing signal, this transistor biasing provides the good stabilization. Good stabilization means when we know the stabilization means good stabilization. Stabilization means to make the operating point, that is the VC IC point. When we detect or we calculate the VC IC or operating points, then we applied signal at that operating points, then the transistor acting as a amplifier improperly. So the stabilization means the making the point, that is the operating point, that is VC and IC without change in temperature or temperature variation, and the parameters of a transistor variation, that is the alpha, beta, gamma. Now we go to proceed the transistor biasing circuit. Transistor biasing circuit. The transistor biasing circuit there are three types. There are three types. First is the fixed bias biasing circuit. Now second, self biasing circuit. Now third, voltage divider circuit. So the transistor bias circuit are three types, mainly three types. That is the fixed bias circuit, self bias circuit, and voltage divider bias circuit. Now fixed bias circuit is known as base resistor biasing method. And a self biasing circuit means voltage self biased with the feedback voltage method. So now this is the voltage feedback method, and this is the resistor biasing method. And voltage divider means that is the stability biasing circuit. Now we discussed in later, but first we discussed the fixed biasing circuit. The fixed biasing circuit means the resistor is connected to base in a VCC, that is the base resistor biasing. Now first we discussed the first is the fixed bias circuit method. Now we design the circuit. When a transistor is connected to in this way. Now this is the resistor and another resistor is connected to base. Now we applied the supplied voltage VCC. Now emitter is connected to ground. Now we applied the signal in input point, that is the Vi. Now we get or take the output from this point, that is the V0. That is the capacitor 1, coupling 1, and that is the coupling 2. Now this point is a collector point and this point is a base point, and this point is also emitter point. Now this resistor is connected to collector, that is the collector resistor RC, and this resistor is connected to base, that is the known as RB. Now in this circuit is designed, this is the known as amplifier circuit. This is the fixed bias or a fixed bias or amplifier with the fixed bias. Fixed biasing. Now this is the amplifier circuit. When we design in this circuit to biasing circuit, for DC analysis we should open the resistor and input source and output source. Now again we modeling the circuit as a DC model. For DC model, all capacitors should be opened and all AC source should be removed. Now this is the point, is that for DC model or a DC analysis, all capacitors should be open and all AC sources should be removed. So this circuit is an amplifier with a fixed bias circuit. This is the amplifier. Now we modify this circuit by removing AC source and open the all capacitors. Okay. Now when we open this capacitor and this capacitor and remove the AC source, this is the DC model. This is the DC model or a modification of DC biasing circuit. So this is the DC model circuit. Now we analyze in this circuit when we applied the DC voltage, that is the VCC. When we applied the VCC, then we know in previous, when applied a voltage, then current will be moved to start. When we applied VCC or a supply voltage, then the base current IB will be start in input side and collector current will be start in outer side. So now we start the for DC analysis. Now we applied KVL at input side. Now we see in this diagram, now we applied voltage VCC, then current will be passes in base and current will be passes in a collector circuit. So now this current is marked as arrow, that is the IB, and this current will be passes at collector, that is marked as arrow, that is the IC. So in this voltage, collector to emitter voltage, that is the VCE, this is the plus side and that is the minus, and base emitter, that is the voltage VBE, this is the plus and minus. Now in this point, that is the voltage of collector. Now in this point, that is the voltage of emitter, that is in this point, that is the voltage of a base. When we calculate the IB by applying KVL at input side, now by the KVL or a Kirchhoff's voltage law, the VCC minus, now we applied KVL input side. Now input side is this loop, so current is starting from this point and goes to the base circuit. Now in this point, that is the RB is connected at base point and current will be passes, that is the base current, that is the IB. Now the drop of this resistor, that is the IBRB, that is the voltage drop. When we applying the VCC, applying the KVL, according to the KVL, VCC minus IBRB minus, then this voltage minus this drop voltage and base emitter junction voltage, that is the VBE. Now VCC minus the IBRB minus the VBE is equal to 0. This is the KVL or Kirchhoff's voltage law. Now from this diagram, according to Kirchhoff's voltage law, when we applied the voltage VCC and when we applied the voltage VCC, then current will start at base side or base terminal, and current will be start at outer side, output side, that is the collector current. Now when base current flowing in a base circuit, that is the current will passes this resistor, then in this resistor the drop will be there, that is the IB and RB. Now VCC and this drop voltage, that is the IBRB voltage. Next voltage drop, that is the base and emitter junction, that is the VB, that is the drop voltage or a junction voltage. Now we write as VCC minus the IBRB minus VB equal to 0. Now we calculate or analyzed that the VCC minus VBE is equal to this negative value is sidewise, is sided to right side, that is the IBRB. Now we calculate easily to IB. Now IB is equal to, now IB is equal to VCC minus VBE divided by RB, means that is the base current. Now calculate the base current IB, VCC minus VB divided by IB, that is the base current. This current is zero signal base current, because in this circuit we does not apply any voltage in this circuit. We are not applied any source of voltage or AC source. So we can write this current as base, that is the zero signal base current. So that is the equation 1. This is called as zero signal base current. When this current we get, or when we get this current, now we calculate collector current. Calculation of collector current. We know IC equal to, now we know beta equal to IC by IB. This relation is discussed in your previous class, beta equal to IC by IB. Now IC equal to beta IB. So this is the collector current. Now beta is known, IB is known, then we find out the IC, that is the equation 2. So this collector current IC we write as this is the zero signal collector current. So the equation 1, we find out the base current, that is the zero signal base current, and from equation 2, that is the zero signal collector current. Now we have to discuss the base emitter voltage. Now we calculate base emitter voltage. Base calculation of collector emitter voltage, that is VCE. Now we applied KVL at output side. Now we applied KVL at output side. From this is the, now we write this equation IB equal to VCC minus VBE divided by RB. This is the equation 1, and second one is the IC equal to beta IB. This is the equation 2. Now we applied the KVL at output side. According to KVL, VCC minus IC RC minus VCE, that is equal to 0. Now in this circuit, when we applied VCC, that is the supply voltage, when we get the supply voltage, then this voltage connect to this transistor, then current will be start, that is the collector circuit in outer side. This collector current IC and the collector resistor RC. When the current passes through the resistor, then there will be some drop, that is the RC, that is the IC RC. Now this is the drop voltage, this is the supply voltage, and VCE. This is the junction voltage, and emitter to collector junction voltage is the VCE. When current passes through this collector circuit, when current passes through the collector circuit, that is the IC, through the resistor RC, then it will be some voltage. That is the dropping voltage is known as IC into RC. Now this IC RC at output side, that is the drop voltage. When we applied the current, when we applied the voltage VCC, then the outer circuit some drop voltage, that is these are IC RC, and the junction drop voltage is the VCE. Now according to KVL, VCC minus ICRC minus VCE equal to 0. So we calculate the VCE. VCE is equal to VCC minus ICRC. So this is the value of VCE. Now this equation is known as equation 3. So we say that the VCE is the zero signal, that is the zero signal collector emitter voltage. So this is the basic formula or basic analysis of fixed bias, that is the zero signal base current VCC minus VB by RB, that is the zero signal base current, that is the zero signal collector current, that is the zero signal collector emitter voltage. Now this equation we used for applying all our other analysis. Now we have calculate the emitter voltage. VE equal to 0. Now we write as VCE equal to VCC minus ICRC. This is the equation number 3. Now equation number 4, VE equal to 0. That is the equation number 4. How the voltage of emitter is 0? Because in a fixed bias or base resistor biasing method, the emitter is directly connected to negative point or negative supply, that is the ground point. When an emitter is connected to ground, then this point voltage is 0. Next we calculate the collector voltage. Now calculate collector voltage. Collector voltage is symbolic as VC. Now we know VC equal to means collector voltage equal to VCC minus VE or VCE. Now in other way we say that VCE equal to VC minus VE. Now consider as VCE, that is the collector emitter voltage, that is the junction voltage. When we find out this voltage, the VC, that is the collector point voltage, that is the emitter point voltage. Now we subtracted from collector point voltage to emitter voltage. Now we get this voltage. Now VCE equal to VC minus VE. Now or VCE equal to VC minus 0, or therefore VC equal to VCE. VC equal to VCE. Now this is the equation number 5. Now write as VC equal to VCE. This is the equation number 5. Now we calculate next base voltage VB. Now we calculate the base voltage VB. Calculate the base voltage VB. Now we consider this voltage at base point, that is the VB. Now in this point the voltage is VB. How to calculate this voltage? We know VBE equal to VB minus VE. Now we write as we know VBE equal to VB minus VE. Therefore VB equal to VBE minus plus VE. Now this voltage is 0 voltage. So VB equal to VBE. In fixed bias circuit, base voltage is equal to VBE. That is VB equal to 0.7 volt for silicon transistor, or VB equal to 0.3 volt for germanium transistor. So this is the silicon transistor. And VB is 0.3 volt for a germanium transistor and VB 0.7 for a silicon transistor. This is the voltage of a base point voltage or a base voltage, and we calculate in a VC that is the equal to VCE, and the emitter voltage that is the VE, that is connected to directly ground point, that is the 0 voltage, and VBE is equal to VB, that is the 0.7 volt for silicon transistor and 0.3 for germanium transistor. This is the calculation of analysis VCE, VB, VBE and VB, VC, and collector current IC and base current IB. This is the all our analysis of a transistor in a fixed bias connection or a resistor based resistor of biased transistor. Now again now review is that the fixed bias means fixed bias is also known as a resistor biasing method. Fixed bias means a resistor is connected to base with supply voltage VCC. When we supply the VCC, then a current will be passes in a base circuit, that is the current is known as a base current IB. Now this base current is also known as a zero signal base current, that is zero signal base current because that is no signal applied in a base current, that is the DC model. And in a previous we also removed the all AC sources and all capacitors because that is the DC model. For a DC model, all capacitors should be opened and all AC sources are removed. Then we analyze this voltage only for a DC model. When we supplied the VCC, then a current will be passes through the base circuit, that is the IB, and a current is flowing at the collector circuit, that is the known as a IC. This IC is known as a zero signal collector current, and this IB is also known as a zero signal base current. When we applied this voltage, a base current, we applied a Kirchhoff's law. According to this law, the voltage, supplied voltage is equal to the sum of a dropping voltage. Now VCC minus drop voltage in a base resistor and a drop voltage in a junction drop, that is the VBE. So VCC minus IBRB minus VBE equal to 0. Now we calculate IB by this equation, that is the IB equal to VCC minus VBE divided by RB, that is the known as a zero signal base current. Now in a calculate the IC or a collector current, we know IC equal to beta into IB. Beta is a fixed value, that is the current amplification factor of a emitter, current amplification factor of a emitter connection. So IB and a beta is known as a IC. So this collector current is also known as the zero signal collector current flowing through the collector circuit without passing any signal or without applying any signal. Now we analyze the any other analysis, that is known as a base voltage and a collector voltage and also emitter voltage. Again we calculate the emitter and collector base junction by applying the KVL. So in fixed biased, the emitter is connected to direct negative terminal or a ground, that is the emitter voltage is 0. Now base voltage is equal to 0.7, that is because of the base voltage VB equal to the VBE. Now VB is the base emitter junction voltage, that is the 0.7 for a silicon transistor or a 0.3 voltage for a base transistor, base germanium transistor. Now in this circuit, that is the all are biasing circuits of a fixed biasing circuit. Now the note, that is the other point are we calculate the load line analysis for VCE. Here, this selection of a base resistor RB is set the value of a base current or operating points. Now, in a first day, we discussed operating points. Operating points. Operating points. That is the Q point. In this diagram, this is the fixed biasing diagram. So this RB or base resistor is selected to the RB means base resistor, select to set the value of base current. Now RB is select to set value of base current. Now we making the operating point when we making the operating point that is the Q operating point, that means DC load line. DC load line means that is the curve in between VCE versus IC, that is the 0. Now this is the DC load line. Suppose this is the B, this is the A point. Now in B point, in a B, at the point of B, that is IC, IC equal to 0. Now the operating point means we making the operating point IC VCE in proper flow of zero signal collector current. Now when we calculate in this point and in this point, now that is the IC in at B point. Now we write at B point, at B IC equal to 0. Now this point is 0 and this. Now this point IC or collector current at that point of B equal to 0. Now we put this value in equation 3. VCC minus IC RC VCC minus ICRC, that is equal to VCE. Now this value IC equal to 0. Now this value IC equal to 0. Then we put this value in equation 3. So this terminal is also 0. Now VC equal to VCC. Now VCE equal to VCC. So this point is 0 and VCC. Again in this point IC and VCC, we calculate this point at point A. IC equal to, now at point A, VCE equal to 0. VCE equal to 0, we put this value in equation 3. VCE equal to VCC minus ICRC. Now VC equal to 0, that is the VCC minus the ICRC. Now VCC equal to ICRC. Now IC equal to VCC by RC. Now this value of IC at point A, that is the VCC by RC, and VCE equal to 0. So this VCC by RC, that is the current and that is the voltage. So in this connection line, now we write as operating point, the intersection of DC load line and VI characteristics curve is known as operating point. That is Q. Now we draw the characteristics curve. Now this is the characteristics curve. So in this terminal or this point, that is the Q point. So we define this point, that is the Q point means operating point, the intersection of a DC load line and VI characteristics curve of output VI characteristics curve of a transistor. This point is known as a operating point. So this is the active region or active point or operating point, or it is also called Q point. Now this is the DC load line and operating point, and this is the operating calculation of point A and calculation of point B. Now when we applied the signal at point Q or operating point, then it will be properly amplified. Now in the bias circuit also provided how to signal applied at that point will be properly amplification or faithful amplification for this purpose. Now the next discussed in your next class, that is the self bias condition in your next class.